Amid ongoing tension in Minneapolis, a Trump administration official says some federal agents are leaving Minnesota starting today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker. And not only are some agents being pulled, but the man who's been in charge of the immigration enforcement in the city is being replaced. NBC's Morgan Chesky has the latest.
After weeks of a bit of back and forth, we are starting to see early signs of a dramatic shift in tone, as well as potentially federal presence here in Minneapolis itself. Mayor Jacob Frey saying that he had a conversation with President Trump, and after weeks of disagreement, those two men came to the same conclusion. The situation on the ground here in Minneapolis cannot continue as is, and that's why today we're anticipating some somewhat stunning changes here. First off, the departure of Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino, who's become a highly polarizing figure, particularly since the death of Alex Preddy. His departure is signaling the arrival of border czar Tom Homan. The president saying that Homan will be reporting to him directly as he takes over all of ICE operations here in the city of Minneapolis. Not only that, but a federal official tells NBC News that an unknown number of federal agents should be departing Minneapolis as early as today, although we don't know the exact number or when that will be taking place. In the meantime, as a memorial for Alex Preddy only grows, the investigation into his death deepens. A judge's order is remaining in place prohibiting the Trump administration from altering or destroying any evidence that could later be used and looked at by state investigators who allege that they were blocked off from the very crime scene when Preddy's life was taken. Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Minneapolis.
And also today, the chief federal judge in Minnesota says the Trump administration has not followed orders to hold hearings for detained immigrants. That judge has now ordered the acting director of ICE, Todd Lyons, to appear before him Friday to explain why he shouldn't be held in contempt. Switching gears here, clouds that did cover the sky this morning, well, looks like they have moved out. There's one little cloud there on the far right side, but the wind is making our flags flap back and forth. It is a bit breezy. So here with a look at our forecast, Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Hey, Keely.
Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, a bit breezy, but sunshine and temperatures warming up nicely. Yes, we are well out of the deep freeze. Taking a live look out over Copper Mountain, we've seen those clouds move in, and actually expecting a little bit more snow, anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches up in the mountains Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Current temperatures across the metro area, we're in the low to mid 40s. Our normal high temperature for this time of year is 45, so we are going to be well above that as we head into the afternoons. Temperatures right now mainly in the 40s across the plains, although Akron checking in at 39 degrees. We're at 34 in Rocky Ford. Greeley 40 degrees, and temperatures in the mountains mainly in the teens and 20s. Take a look at our 3-day forecast. We are even warmer tomorrow. Lots of sunshine is going to help warm up those temperatures into the low to mid 50s, back into the upper 40s on Thursday. With that snow moving in comes into the mountains. We are looking to stay dry down here at the lower elevations, but temperatures a little bit cooler. We are quiet. We have a ridge of high pressure starting to build in, and that is going to bring us clear skies tonight into tomorrow morning, but then that ridge does flatten a little bit, allowing for a weak storm system to move in again Wednesday night into Thursday, and that is going to bring us some snow up in the mountains. That is always nice to talk about. A little bit breezy again, those winds gusty, especially in the foothills. That tops our weather headlines for today. Mild and dry for the rest of the week, and yay, tracking that mountain snow. Maybe not a ton, but several inches. That is great to report. Also very warm temperatures in our 7-day forecast.
A backcountry skier is in critical condition after being rescued from a mountain in Pitkin County yesterday. The skier was among 7 rescued, all suffering from frostbite, but one of them lost eyesight as a result of the cold. Pitkin County emergency responders received a medical SOS from the Goodwin Green Hut yesterday morning. That's part of a system of buildings in Colorado's high country. This one was in the Elk Mountains between Aspen and Crested Butte. Crews had to use helicopters to get them out. Loveland is no longer planning to buy a building that would address homelessness in the city. A couple of weeks ago, the city council discussed buying a building to convert it into an overnight shelter and resource center. That plan was contingent on finding someone to operate it. The city says 2 organizations expressed interest and one was deemed qualified, but then they withdrew their application. Because of that, the city says they will no longer try to buy that building. And they've been using the Loveland Resource Center as a temporary overnight shelter since the fall when they shut down their only overnight shelter for adults. They say they will stop allowing people to stay overnight at the Loveland Resource Center beginning March 15th, and they will permanently close the building at the end of April, then sell it. A man accused of smashing his truck through the front doors of a high school in Greeley while under the influence and down a hallway, by the way, doesn't just have 1 or 2 prior DUI convictions, but 5. That is according to court documents obtained by 9 News. An arrest report for 28-year-old Eduardo Perez says he drove a pickup through a construction zone outside University High. He then went through the main doors, headed down a hallway and into the school's cafeteria before finally stopping. 2 janitors in the hallway told police they had to jump out of the way to avoid being hit. Fortunately, no one was hurt. And he also faces a charge for a crash in December of 2024. Police say they found his truck smashed against a tree, and Perez seemed incoherent. Weld County District Attorney Michael Rourke told 9 News his office is reviewing that case and may add a felony DUI charge. If convicted, Perez could serve up to 6 years in prison. Colorado Parks and Wildlife officials want to find the person who shot a bald eagle, leaving it with some serious injuries. CPW says the injured bird was found on the shore of Croak Reservoir in North Glen 2 weeks ago. It was taken to a wildlife rehab center for treatment. CPW says x-rays of the eagle's wings showed it had been shot with a ball bearing and still had one in its wing. The eagle underwent surgery and is still recovering. The birds are protected under federal law, and shooting or injuring one is illegal.